Hello, hello. It's me and Alex. We're from with the Atleti Fanatics. We're here to review what was a really, really good game yesterday against Real Betis. I know we had our doubts. I think we both were a little skeptical because of the past game with Osasuna, where we played well, didn't really create any chances, and just lost kind of sad in a sad way. This game, we had three disallowed goals, and yet we still managed to win 4-1. So I think that shows that we have the capability, but maybe not so much the away form at this point in time. It seems to be a confidence thing, but I think there's a lot to talk about. But I want to talk especially about that 10 out of 10 performance from Julian Alvarez yesterday. Like, wow, just everywhere you could, everywhere he could be, he was. He created chances. He was everywhere he wanted to be in terms of the goals, and then that free kick was fantastic. I didn't even think you could have scored it from that far out. I was in awe. I didn't even know what to say. Well, what did you feel about that game?
Goal of the season for me in La Liga. That one, I think like it has to be up there, definitely. I think like the level of the free kick was like similar to the one from Declan Rice, but I think Declan Rice was like I think like it was the occasion. Maybe that's why like like he might get like a
Mm-hmm.
upper hand, but I think like it was like just as good as Declan Rice one. And I mean, this is like we're talking about from like 35 yards, which is very, very long. I mean, like even they had only like three people on the wall, and like everyone was expecting a cross, and like you usually cross from that kind of position. And I'm thankful that Rodrigo De Paul didn't take that free kick, like and also like somebody please, please, please take off Rodrigo De Paul from free kicks. Set piece. Like for I mean like we like on match 37. 10 Champions League games, numerous Copa del Rey games, and like we still have Rodrigo De Paul for set pieces. I mean, come on, like the whole season Rodrigo De Paul was on set pieces, and like he created nothing from those set pieces. So someone please get him off the set pieces. I mean, I don't care. Like let someone else take it. Let Griezmann take it. Let Alvarez take it. Let no, even Molina take it for instance. Like just get Rodrigo De Paul, get it from here, get the
I
set pieces off
I
of him.
think it's really funny because I think in open play his crosses have been very, very, very good. But when it comes to those set pieces, man, I'm just not confident. I felt I know we said this like 2 or 3 weeks ago where we're just like, look, I think it's probably for the best. It's so weird because Rodrigo Riquelme and Lamar have both had really good set piece performances. Any on the rare occasions that they've managed to even have time to play on the pitch, they would come in and it would be like, wow, this is a really dangerous set piece. I don't remember the last time we've had that. Like immediately as soon as you go through that moment, and then you see yesterday where you had Alvarez and Koke, who are the two main people on the ball. Koke and Alvarez taking corners and set pieces, and I was like, wow, those are really dangerous crosses. Like every single time, Alvarez puts it into a really good area for Atletico to try and think. Lunamont almost scored from a direct corner like twice. Longley almost scored, and then Lamont did get his goal, but I think it was from Lino a little bit after it. But it's like that kind of it shows a nice kind of moment where it's like, yeah, so we do have the players, or at least we just need to reorganize how we do set pieces. You know what I mean?
True, true. I mean, like set piece is like is important like in the game as well. Like and throughout the season, like I've seen like Rodrigo De Paul taking these set pieces and like nothing comes out of it. It's either like going for the goal kick or it's either like like carried away by the defender. It's something like this. Like it's nothing concrete or like nothing dangerous coming out of it. But what a free kick! What a free kick that was by Julián Álvarez. I'm like 35 yards out, top
Hmm.
bins as well, like no chance. That was literally top bins. That was going straight up. Like if you put something out there, that was like straight up top bins. He smashed that top bin yesterday. I'm talking about smashing. Smash that like button as well, guys, and the subscribe button as well. Okay. Anyway, moving on to the match. I would say again, like we discussed about Sorloth. So I was telling you this, that Sorloth could have easily been among uh, top goal scorers this season alongside Mbappe and Lewandowski. because the chances he misses like way too much. I mean, like even yesterday he could have easily got a hat trick in the first half itself. And I'm like, who knows? Like, what could have happened in the second half? I mean, this is the game where Atletico should have won by at least, I would say, 6, 7 goals. And I mean, like Real Betis, like fair play to them. Like they didn't play the first team in the first half. It was basically the second team, and
Mm.
they were getting punished for it. And but again, we didn't take any chances. Horlot again missed. I mean, what a run that was by Julián Álvarez as well. I mean, like he was just going solo, and then fuck.
He had so many
Uh,
moments. We forgetting.
exactly. I mean, like what a run that. I mean, even Julián Álvarez, I think should have like got a hat trick in yesterday's match because like that solo run and like he hit the post. That was like really unlucky. But I mean, like it's just the way. I mean, like Scarlett has to take his chances. Like he would have been definitely among like Lewandowski and Mbappe with over 25 goals in La Liga this season easily, easily.
I I don't think that's an unreasonable thing to say because what we saw yesterday was in the first half alone, as you mentioned, right? So there was the disallowed Lino goal. Was it Lino assist to get him into the goal, right? So shame happens. Okay, he had a chance before that he should have scored. I was like, okay, whatever. Then he had another chance where Giuliano and him were kind of like passing in between the middle, and he managed to break through with a perfect ball. And it's like, okay, you have to score it. You're literally one on one. You've passed the entire Betis backline. You have time and you have space. Pick your spot. Don't make it too close to the keeper. You'll be fine. You'll score. He made it too close to the keeper. He didn't score. Okay, cool. Then there was a third chance. I think this is the most egregious one because he made it himself. So you're one on one with the new young player in Mendy, right?
The way he pushed him, like he
Boom.
was literally eating
You're now
grass. He was
one
literally
on
eating grass.
one. So you've dominated him. You're super strong. You have time. You have space. And I've never seen him scuff that shot. Actually, I have. It was a illegal game. But but it was really disappointing because
same angle as
same
well,
angle,
same angle,
same thing. And
same
it's
kind
just
of
like
like shoot. Yeah,
it should have been a goal to me. And it's a shame that it wasn't a goal. But it continued again in the second half where he kind of missed. I remember there was a random mess up between the defenders, and then he had a one. He just kind of toe poked it into Adrian instead of like trying to actually take a proper shot. So I don't know. It's disappointing. But again, I did say even after the 4-0 game, it's like I don't feel confident for him being a starter because I think I've seen enough of him. I was hoping to be wrong, but these last two games, man, every big chance he gets, he's missing. It's a shame. But
exactly. I mean, like he could have easily scored like what, like 3, 4 goals in past 2, 3 match days itself after scoring the 4 goals as well. I mean, that says a lot. But anyway, moving on to the first half, I think first half was pretty like good from us. Like we created good chances. And again, I would say like Real Betis was playing the second team, so like I can't really like praise my team that much because we weren't really up against the Real Betis first team. Isco was benched, Anthony was benched, and then a lot of other players as well. And talking about Johnny Cardoso, I mean like a lot of Atleti fans want him. Like if he plays like that in a t-shirt, like I don't want him. Seriously, I don't want him.
I think
Like after.
it's funny that you say that because I remember this wasn't a great game by him. But at the same time, if you remember the game where he was playing against us at Betis, one of the best performances I've seen this season for any player, to be honest with you. I don't think anybody comes close to that. And yet he dropped that performance yesterday. So it's like there's a clear level of variance that you get with Johnny, which is why I kind of wanted Baranache a little bit. But it's not that Johnny is bad. I think Johnny is very good. I think knowing what Simeone could do, considering how much he rotated this season, I'm still, if we get him, I'd be ecstatic anyway. If we get them. That's it's a very very big if. I don't think that's on our priority list to be honest. So
True, I mean, like, there's no news coming out of like us going for Johnny Carter. So, but anyway, talking about the first half, I think the first 10 minutes again, Atleti, we were good.
Hmm.
Julián Álvarez scored a great goal, and then again Julián Álvarez, like with that great run, could have scored the second goal as well. Sorloth literally missed out on a hat trick, and the game is still at 1-0 after all of those chances. I mean,
Hmm.
it's amazing. And then like we literally are heading towards the second half, and then Lino scores the header, and then again like it was like ruled out, and then the second one again he got a chance, and I mean like again I was saying that like Lino this season his crossing hasn't been that good, but that was a good cross to Lino, and guess who was stopping him from scoring that header? Longley. Longley was literally beside him. But again, a good header. Like I'm happy for Lenormand. He scored his first goal in La Liga and like first goal for Atletico de Madrid as well. And like I mean, like Lenormand is actually good in air. Like he hasn't really like like used that ability with us that much. But again, hopefully like this would be like the first of many. And that was pretty much it from the first half, I guess. Like we creating chance after chance and not scoring, and then suddenly like we just 2-0 up, and then Real Betis, I don't really remember Real Betis having anything in the first half. What do you think about the first half?
They were okay, I think, but they, they they had some chances, but nothing really particularly dangerous. I think they it was only until the second half where they looked like, oh, okay, this is actually the team that made us very afraid of them before, right? Um, they were a little disorganized out of possession, and we took a lot of advantage of that. I think 2-0 was a fair result, but we probably could have gotten more, and that wouldn't be a disservice to what Atletico put out on the day. I think I really want to highlight how good the midfield was yesterday. Koke and DePaul were really, really good. I'm really happy to see both of them play at the level that they played yesterday. I think Lino and Giuliano were really good too. I think Giuliano, a lot of people giving. I'm seeing people talk about Giuliano as with dribbler and he should be doing this. Like, and it's like Giuliano's dribbling is what do you call it? An addition to what he already has, which is elite off the ball runs, great crossing, great link up, great ball striking. That's his thing. That's what he is. That's what he has. He can dribble as well, but that's not his thing, you know. And I saw that
Yeah,
yesterday, where it's like,
I mean,
mm-hmm,
yeah, I mean, like
yeah.
this is an area where he can improve actually. Like I agree with you. The point, like this is an area where he can improve. Like I think dribbling and some of the first touches as well. I think this is the area he has to improve.
But it's like when you look at yesterday, for instance, where you saw if you looked at Giuliano, he wasn't doing insane amount of runs yesterday, but when you needed him to be there, he was there every time. When
Yeah, I
he
mean, like
was
full
linking
marks.
up between that in between the lines, swapping
True,
with
true.
Alvarez when he needed to, coming onto the left side when he needed to. There was a lot happening, you know?
True, true. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying like full marks to him, like in that regards. But I'm just saying like this is the area where he can improve. So like I mean, like he is good,
Mm.
like this right now. Like whatever he improves that as well, like he'll be unstoppable. Like you get me?
Yeah,
Like he'll
but
be like a very
I
lethal
hear it.
winger in the coming years.
I just think he's typically, honestly, not a winger in terms of how he grew up. He's been a striker for a long period of time. So seeing him on the wing has been interesting because he's adapting to a role he never really used to play. He played it kind of in Alaves because they don't really have a two-man forward line.
No,
But
no, no, note this, Ashley. Note this, Ashley. Like give me 2 to 3 years more, and like he'll be playing at right back position as well. Mark my words.
huh?
In 2 3 years time, I won't be surprised like he plays at right back as well.
Maybe he could do a decent shift there. I'm not sure. I think Giuliano's a player who I wouldn't really want to see in a right wing back or a wing back role because I think defensively he's not good enough for that. He has the effort to be there, but if you compare him to Riquelme or Lino defensively, he's not better than or even close to either of them. And Riquelme has a lot of flaws, right? To his decision making, but when it comes to where I think even he arguably improved in that area this season. Off the ball,
Yeah, that's what I'm
I'm
saying. Give
not a
me two. That's what I'm
I'm not
saying.
holding out. But if you're right, you're right. But I'm not holding out. I've
I
seen.
mean, I mean, give me 2 3 years. Give me 2 3 years. I'm telling you, give me two three
I'll give you
years.
the 2 3 years. We'll see. But Lino was great yesterday. Again, I think one assist was a bit was almost not fair to him. I think he could have gotten more. Maybe he could have gotten no goal too, but happens. I think everyone in that midfield was really good yesterday in that first half, especially. And I have mixed views on that back line. I think Galan was actually kind of good to the any day. Longley had good build up, but was not particularly impressive defensively. And Lunamond, I'm happy. I'm just happy for him. So I'll leave him. And well, Llorente is usual. He's like 7, 8 out of 10 every week. So I did whatever. It's
Mhm.
usual stuff.
So let's talk about the second half. So second half, Real Betis bring in Isco, Anthony, and they brought in the striker as well, Cucho Hernandez, and then they actually started to threaten us. I mean, like the first 10 minutes, it was all Real Betis, and then they score a goal as well. I mean, like that was a very, very stupid goal to concede. I mean, like Pablo Fornals is already in the air. You can just like nudge him a little bit, or like be brave, put your head over there, and Longley just stands over there like, oh, no, not my ball. Not my ball,
The, the amount of space being offered in our box because Longley just has a really bad reaction time is bizarre to me. I don't know what I'm watching a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean, like there was like two center backs, and like both, even like Nomad and Longley, they were both watching him as like he was just, doing the bicycle kind of a thing. And
Hmm.
then, I mean, like, Longley could have like put in the header over there. I mean, it was a brave thing to do. He definitely would have got hurt. But I think like if I see anyone else in that position, for example, Jimenez or any other defender, any other South American defender, I think like he's putting his head in that situation. But it's
Hmm.
okay. I mean, like Longley is leaving, so like I'm happy with Longley. Like fine, yeah, like we won the game. You're leaving, just one match to go. Like we're all good, bro. We're all good. So again, so 2-1, and then something happened in the stands, and then it was a long, long break, and like hopefully that fan is doing well. And then we move on to the latter part of the game, where I think like we brought in more substitutes. Griezmann came on. I think Griezmann had a very decent game this time. A very good link up between him and Juliano Simeone. A very good cross, and then Julián Álvarez scored the third goal. Griezmann could have scored a goal himself as well when Correa came on. Correa, I think he like like it could have been a tap in, but I would say like the ball was a little bit behind, so maybe that's why. Maybe like if it was like in front of him instead of behind, maybe he could have scored it. But he should have scored that one. But it's okay. And then as
I
the
think that was a funny moment because literally right before that, that was like right after the Molina goal. And we saw like a horrendous error that allowed Molina to score, but he was just offside, right? And then all of a sudden he remembers how to score to save again against Griezmann. I was like, wait, you could have just left him get this little moment. You're already down.
true,
You just
I mean,
let him have
I
it.
was I was surprised. I was surprised. I mean, like I saw the ball, I was like, ah, come on, like you shot it like straight at the keeper, and then suddenly it was like going in the back of the net. I was like, wait, what the hell? How the fuck the I was like, what the fuck? How did like reach the back of the net? Like I don't understand it. Like how the fuck you like let that ball
People,
cross
you're
between your
forgetting
legs?
it. Adrian was a joker keeper for a bit with Liverpool, and he has had his defensive mares this season with Betis. So
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
position they need to improve on. But he
Exactly.
was so
But
good, and then wow, I was like, wow, okay, well, Molina goal, I guess.
exactly. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, look, Molina shoots from outside the box. Okay? Like he has time to react, and like he just like watches the ball. Like I have no idea he's doing that Spider-Man kind of a pose. You know that the stretched leg, and then it's like going in between the legs. I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck the ball like like at the back of the net from there? I was like, wow, okay. And then I was like, you know what? Like I'm happy for Molina. Like fine, like
Yeah,
let's give it to him. And then, but again, Molina had a decent game as well. I would say
yeah.
he had a decent game, and then eventually
Speaking of,
3-1.
we should mention the substitutes. We should talk about the substitutes in the second half now.
This time, yeah, they had an impact. I would give him that. Correa, Griezmann, Molina, and then
Gallagher
it
and
was uh, Gallagher, yes, and then Witzel. I'm
right.
gonna tell you this. So yeah, so like I was surprised. So like I saw Witzel like with this new haircut. I thought like it's finally they're giving a chance to an academy player because I forgot. I forgot. I forgot. I forgot. Like he cut his hair. I forgot he cut
Yeah,
his hair. Literally, I was like, wait, who is this? Is it Ryan? Like, who is it? Like, this guy's pretty tall as well. And then suddenly I remember, like, oh fuck, this is Witzel, with the new haircut and everything. And I was like, maybe it's his last game, so like maybe that's why he's getting those minutes. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
yeah, I mean like pretty good. I would say pretty good changes. The Witzel one, except the Witzel one, because I think like why you making a defensive change, but it's okay. I think it was maybe because like he's having his last home game.
Hmm.
But except the Witzel one, I think all of the substitutes they contributed in some way. Correa again, I'm happy for Correa if it's his last game for Atletico de Madrid, which we're gonna talk about next. Like, is he actually leaving? Because again, so there was a article from Atletico de Madrid, like official account, like Comunicado. They said like he still has a contract with Atleti, and there is literally no team that approached Atleti. So, like like all of that thing which happened after the game, like he's still our player. Even Ruben Urias said the same. Like no team has reached Atletico de Madrid yet. The terms might have been agreed on personal terms, but like there has been no negotiations between the clubs.
Hmm.
Personal terms might have been agreed, but no negotiations between the clubs. But is he actually leaving? I think like yes, he's leaving. Like eventually, like he'll leave. But I think again, what a great player he has been for Atletico de Madrid. Super sub, I would say. Like we needed him the past decade or so, and like never complained, nothing, just like played for the badge. He's a legend, and like I'm really, really proud of him.
I think what do you call it? It was a sad moment. I felt really sad watching. Like he was really emotional as he was leaving, and you saw, especially in the last of the video, because my broadcast ended, so we got to see the videos afterwards where he was clapping, and you saw Koke, Oblak, Musso, and the other and Jimenez all kind of just helping him as he's like clapping and he's crying, like as he's leaving and these other things, and I felt really. It's like 10 years of watching Korea for Atletico, and it's just like, wow, this really is actually over. I know we've had like moments and these other things. It's just like I didn't expect it to be like this. Um,
Yeah, it was a bit surprising for me because I think like like as Atletico de Madrid like we give like proper farewells to our players like and say
yeah,
no favors for Korea, it was surprising for me. But then the comunicado from Atletico de Madrid, I think that explains why there was no farewell. I think there will be a farewell later on, but
yeah.
right now since like nothing has been going on between the clubs, maybe that's why like like there was no farewell at this point. But I think there will be a farewell for Korea, that's for sure.
I think correct from what we've seen from both Argentine sources and other sources, that he does he's going he wants to, and himself he's saying he would play his last home game. So that was his words on Instagram too. Um, it seems that he is for real leaving. It's just I think the club doesn't want him to leave the way that he left. He is potentially leaving. And I think they want to. If you've taken somebody who we cherish a lot, you're gonna have to pay more than 6 million. So if that's the case, I guess that's what the club is trying to do with the Comunicado. I'm not sure. I was a little surprised when I saw that because I was like, everybody's all emotional. Like Korea is leaving after 10 years at the club, and the club was like, no, it's not happening. I swear. I was like, what? Just- so we'll see how that evolves. But yeah, I think this was it's a really a great game. I think we needed that, at least this performance of the season. And with Girona, we'd have nothing to really play for. So even if we have bad away form, and the academy also doesn't have anything to play for. They drew in the game they needed to win to
Yeah,
have a chance for
yeah.
promotion. So maybe we'll get something. This is the last time I'm saying this. Maybe maybe the academy players will get a chance next game.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe. Well, yeah, I mean, like third place is secured, and yeah, third place secured and everything. I think everything is pretty done. Girona game is just like a complimentary game right now, and
hmm,
nothing to play for or anything. I think a really good chance if you want to play the academy players. But again, I have no idea like, if they're gonna play or not because they've been saying this for the past 5, 6 games now, and
yeah.
nothing has been there. Uh,
So
so I think there was a chance against Valladolid, but we fucked up that match, so like I think yeah, they didn't get the chance.
Longley
But I think
disaster class kind of took that away. And
yeah,
then
exactly.
right afterwards, when we could have brought in one or two youngsters for the Real Sociedad game, and they didn't manage to come in because Riquelme had recovered from injury and these other things, right? And then we scored the fastest ever hat trick in our first half, and then 4 goals in the first. I was like, wow, what a time to not have youngsters to come into that second half. Where this could
True,
have been it,
true.
could have been their debut, but yeah.
True. But moving on, I think pretty much that's it. Anything else you wanna add? Anything else you wanna add to the game?
No, I think we'll just do the ratings for now, and then we'll
Sure, sure. But before we do that, let us know, Atletico fans, like what do you think about if Korea is leaving or not, and what do you think about the game, especially what do you think of that performance from Atletico de Madrid forwards and the midfielders, and then eventually, the best player defender in the world, long play, and everyone. And then moving on to the ratings, Oblak, I would say, didn't really have much to do. I would say I'll still give him a 7,
mm,
normal. Lorente, I'll give him a 7.5. I think again, he had a good game. Then Linomant, I mean, like he scored a goal, so like I'll have to give him an 8, even though like he did nothing for the goal. Uh, the Real Betis goal, I mean, the Real Betis goal, he should have
yeah,
done better
yeah,
over
yeah.
there. But still,
I know what you meant. It's
but still, I'll give him an 8 because it was his first goal as well. Longley, you know what? I'm happy for you, bro. One game, fine, take the 7. I don't care. Moving on to moving to Galan again, same thing, bro. Take the 7. I didn't really see him in the match actually. Then I go to Giuliano. I think Giuliano had a good game as well. Assist. Wait, did he provide the assist? No,
he
actually
did
no. That was Lino.
he did a pre-assist. He didn't directly assist any
Yes,
goals
yes,
today.
yeah, yeah. I'll give him an 8 as well alongside Lorente. Then we have the Paul again. I would say 8. Just improve your set pieces, buddy. And then we move to Koke. Again, a good game from Koke. Nice distribution throughout the game. Again, I would say 8. And then on the left hand side, Lino. Again, he provided an assist. I'll give him an 8 as well. Charlotte. Okay. This one, I think, I think, I think this one has to be a 7. I think because he missed a lot of chances. This one has to be a 7. But still, we won. That's why I'm giving a 7. I'm being so decent right now. Julián Álvarez, I think he had a perfect match. 2 goals, 1 assist, and he could have had more. A hat trick as well. A perfect 10 for me. And then the substitutes, Griezmann, I would give him a 7.5 again. Just the minutes he had. Good contribution. Correa for me, I'll give him a 9. Like last home game, take it, bro. Take everything from me right now. All my blessings and everything. 9 from me, and then Molina. Again, I'm happy for him. Molina game 7.5. Gallagher, not really much, but 7. I think 7 would be fair. And then Witzel, again, the youngster. I thought like an academy player coming up to play. Uh,
But he is a youngster. What do you mean?
yeah, yeah. I mean, if you just like reverse the numbers, yeah, sure, he can be. So okay, I'll give him a 6.5. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the ratings?
I agree with a lot of them. I think Llorente had a good game. I think Lenormand, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. The same thing. So it's like, I think I'll give, and then I'll give a 7 for Llorente, a 8 for Lenormand. Longley, I can't excuse that. That was just horrific. Like in a genuine moment where we're playing so good that it looks like nothing could go wrong. Not only did they score on us, they looked like they had one or two other chances where they could have scored on us, if not for the post and Oblak being there.
Oh
So it's just
fuck!
like,
Yeah, you just reminded me of that.
yeah, so that's a solid 5, my G.
I forgot his name.
I'm good.
Ruibal, exactly.
Yeah.
Ruibal literally went in front of him.
hmm
Like
And then
like
Kucho as well. So it's like, to me, happy you're going, Doug. I'm thank you for your service. You had a lot of good games with us. The bad games that you did have, I hated it. I really hated it. My word, I hated it. But okay, you're gone. Galan, he had a good game in my opinion, but still defensively a bit shaky. Par for the course, 6 or 7, whichever one you want. I don't think I can change anything for the midfield. I think I'll go 8 across the board because I think not everyone had a really good game. Lino had a really good game. Juliano had a great. I loved. I already went into extension on how much I liked Juliano and Lino on the day, where they were coming in and they were also going out. Fantastic movement. Cooking the ball, great. Saw a lot. Um, it's a hard one to judge because he's in the right place at the right time and he's just failing every time. So I think you it's a good center forward showing, but you're not doing your job at the same time. So it's like everything he did right. If he had gotten at least 2 goals, there's nothing to complain about. Nothing at all to complain about. Maybe even 1 goal. I'll take it with 1 goal, but to miss 4 chances, I'll have to give you a little 6, maybe a 5. I'm not sure. I'll try and be nice. I'll give a 6. Alvarez straight 10. I very little you could have done wrong on the day. I hoped that he could have got his hat trick, but that was disallowed. And then he could have. I wish he got that goal where he dribbled past like 5 players. I really did. That would have been great. And for the substitute,
Even in the disallowed goal where Adrian took the ball out and like Julián Álvarez took it away from him and then he scored the empty net.
mm,
Then yeah, win that one. But yeah, anyway, yeah. Go on, continue.
yeah, it could have been. I think for the substitutes, I really enjoyed everything that all of them put out. I think Gallagher was nice. I think Molina was very good. Griezmann, I was really happy for Griezmann. That was a really good performance for him. And we call it Correa as well as Witzel. Let me give a small shout out to Witzel. I think Witzel for quite some years was one of my favorite players before he joined Atletico. He had some frustrations in that first season, but that second season was superb. I loved everything about that second season from Witzel. And it's a shame that he's going out on such limited minutes this season, but he's been a great service for our team, and I'm really happy that he played for us. I kind of wish he played for us in that 2019-20 year, where we really needed a DM. So if we got Ritzel and Llorente, that would have been fantastic. We would have actually tried to do something, but that's how things go. Um, Overall, I think all of the substitutes put at least about a 7. I'd put Correa and Griezmann a bit higher for the 7.5, maybe a 8 from what limited time that they had. So yeah. Well, I didn't really see Witzel to be honest. Even though I just gave that tribute, it was like 10 minutes. I really don't remember him playing all that much. But yeah, great game, fantastic game.
True. So there you go, culture. So this was the review of the game against Real Betis, and now we only have one La Liga match remaining, that is against Girona. We'll make a video pretty soon on that as one as well. Probably we'll drop it on Friday. So yeah,
Mm.
uh, make sure you connect with us until that and like help us reach the 500 subscribers goal. And do let us know what are your opinions on the match and Angel Correa situation and the ratings as well. Do let us know your opinions and make sure you follow us on X or Twitter as well. And then like and subscribe as usual. Until then, Atleti. I'll see you guys in next match day.